It seemed to be game over when Sam Vokes headed Burnley's third goal, but Chelsea almost saved a point. Champions Chelsea suffered a nightmare start to the Premier League title defence, having 2 men sent off as Burnley claimed a superb win at Stamford Bridge. It would be easy but misleading to lay the blame for the Blues' defeat on the decision to show a red card to new club captain Gary Cahill for a lunging tackle on Steven Defour midway through the first half. But that would deprive Burnley their due for a disciplined, energetic and ruthless first-half display that saw them score 3 times, with Sam Vokes netting twice a header and a volley either side of a lashing angle drive from Stephen Ward. The Blues were better after the break and pulled a goal back when summer signing Alvaro Morata headed in shortly after coming off the bench. However, the Spaniard was also at fault for denying the home side a second goal, adding an unnecessary touch to Andreas Christensen's goal-bound shot from an offside position. Chelsea's hopes looked to have gone when a late challenge from Cesc Fabregas on Jack Hawke added a second yellow to his first received for dissent to leave the Blues with 9 men. But David Luiz fired home from inside the box after being set up by a Morata header to set up a frantic final few minutes, during which Burnley struck the post through Robbie Brady before holding on to take the 3 points. Costly day for Conte and Chelsea. Antonio Conte has a lot to ponder after this opening day defeat. It has been a difficult summer for Chelsea and the boss Antonio Conte, who has openly voiced his frustration at the club's failure to recruit his desired targets both in terms of quality and quantity. This game felt like the culmination of such issues and could well be the breaking point that leads to further significant moves in the transfer market. Attacking midfielder Jeremy Boga is undoubtedly talented, but his inclusion along with a bench populated largely by inexperienced young players also felt like a point being made about the resources the Italian has available. There was no Diego Costa on his way out, no Eden Hazard, a Pedro injured, and, after 24 minutes, no Cahill, exposing the decisions to let Nathan Ake join Bournemouth and fellow defender Kurt Zouma go on loan to Stoke. Cahill's red card ended Bogas' shock debut early, as he was replaced by Christensen, and handed the initiative to Burnley, whose 3-goal salvo added disbelief to the list of negative emotions ripping through the home support. On the plus side for the Blues, Morata adapted quickly to life in the Premier League, showing an intelligence of movement and eagerness, even if this did lead him to deny his side a goal. But Conte has plenty of thinking to do. This was the Blues' first opening day league defeat since 1998, and they have now had 4 men sent off in the last 3 competitive games, dating back to last season's FA Cup final. An away day to remember. Gary Cahill saw red for a poor, late tackle, and Chelsea's afternoon quickly unravelled. There was no doubt about the secret behind Burnley's Premier League survival last season, the form at Turf Moor. Sean Dyche's team had the 9th best record in the top division, picking up 33 points at home. In contrast, they missed it just 7 away from home and just 1 between the start of the season and the end of February, with a goalless draw at Manchester United on the 29th of October. They didn't win away from Turf Moor until a 20 victory at Crystal Palace on the 29th of April, and so the achievement of their opening day victory at the current champions should not be underestimated. If Burnley can regularly pick up points on the travels while maintaining the sort of form they showed at home, then it bodes well for their prospects this season. With performances like this, they will do just that. Like their opponents, they have met with frustration in their attempts to recruit players, but Cork is an astute signing, bringing a steadying influence to midfield. Resolute defensive displays from James Tarkowski and Ben Mee and a clinical attacking showing from Vokes suggest that Dyche may not have to go shopping to replace Michael Keane or find the requisite attacking edge. Sam Vokes has scored 7 goals in his last 6 Premier League games, dating back to the end of last season. This quietens a few stories post-match reaction. Burnley boss Sean Dyche: "We are learning and building an assured view of the Premier League. But today big decisions changed the outcome, quite obviously. The first half pleased me because, although Chelsea went to 10 men, it was not easy. We kept going, kept probing, and it's 30 at the interval. Winning away from home on the first day quietens down some stories were written off at the start of every season. It kills off a few things early doors, and it allows the players that space for growth. Chelsea have players of such caliber, and to see the game through is so pleasing. Not many gave Burnley a chance." Like Burnley goal scorer Sam Vokes: "We were sloppy at times, but we ground out the result and were delighted. That's a huge result. A lot was made of our away form last season. It was always going to be tough here, but we got our heads down and put in a performance. Chelsea lost their heads too easily. Chelsea boss Antonio Conte. The sending off of Cahill was a key moment, because to play the rest of the game with 10 and then 9 men is not easy. I don't want to comment on the referee, absolutely not. We tried until the end to reach a good result against Burnley. It was a pity because our fight in the second half was very good. But in our first half, we kept losing our heads. After the red card we lost our heads, conceded 3 goals, and then it's very difficult to change the final result. Morata is very important, and it's important that he now adapts himself to our philosophy. Today he played a good game with the right intensity. Now he has to continue to work with all the rest of our players. Morata stoops to head in on his Chelsea debut. Chelsea follow Leicester's lead. The stats you need to know: Chelsea are only the second reigning Premier League champions to lose the opening game of the following campaign. Also Leicester last season. Burnley registered the first opening day victory in the Premier League, after losing each of the previous 3. Chelsea are the first reigning Premier League champions to concede 3 goals in the opening game of the next season. Chelsea picked up the first red card in the Premier League in 41 games, since John Terry was dismissed against Sunderland May 2016. Chelsea are the first side to pick up 2 red cards on the opening day of a Premier League season. The Blues had 2 players sent off in a game for the 7th time in the Premier League, and the first since March 2014 against Aston Villa. Sam Vokes is the first player to score in 4 consecutive Premier League appearances for the Clarets. Alvaro Morata is the 21st player to score on his Chelsea Premier League debut, and the first since Alexandre Pato in April 2016 via Aston Villa. This is the first time that the reigning champions have suffered a defeat on the first matchday in successive top-flight seasons since 1968. Man United 196,768, Man City 196,869. What next? Chelsea boss Antonio Conte would doubtless want to see some new faces arrive at the club as a matter of urgency, but the next fixture for his team is a tough-looking trip to London rivals Tottenham on the 20th of August. Burnley welcome West Brom to Turf Moor a day earlier.